All right, a moment. Okay, close this. Wow, wow. Pull closer here. Hi, everybody. Sunday fun day. Okay. Hi, guys. My team is pulling in. Look at this. Oh, man. I always have something so amazing to put on. And you'll see why I waited. I didn't do it last night. You'll understand why. Hi, welcome to WCIA Network. WCIA Network. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Thumbs up on your way in, kitties. Thank you so much for doing that. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Please do. Welcome back. They're all coming on in. I was going to go on yesterday before basketball, and then I'm like, oh, I'll go on after. And then my body just said, just wait. And I waited, and I saw a couple interesting lives. I watched them, went to sleep. Oh, let me get what I wrote down. Wait, hold on. Stay. Okay, I got it. Woke up, and early in the morning, like many of us have like their visions in the morning as you're sort of sleeping, sort of getting up, right? I'm going to read you mine a little bit later. Welcome in. Well, things are getting interesting in the Summer Moonwell's missing children's case. Definitely getting interesting. It'd be a great study for a psychiatrist. How others are responding and how they're responding to other people's new direction or new information, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's human nature, right? We're all going to respond differently. I'm going to show you, as I'm going through this presentation, my response to what I saw within Benny's life. It was really interesting. And the small one that I did yesterday, where I said, oh, I'm doing it now and I'll be on before basketball. I went through this whole thing. I don't remember, but I do remember, like, oh my God, why am I saying this? Like, why am I talking about this right now? And I went into a whole story. I'm not repeating it. Just go listen. About how someone, you really are who you are because of your circumstances in life, your experiences in life, who you associate with, how you're brought up, your household, all of it, right? I went into that for like a strange moment, and now I understand why. I'm like, I don't know, I just did this, and I'm sure I'll understand it later. And it really, really popped for me last night. It really, really, really popped. I'm starting out with this photo, and you'll see what I'm talking about as I progress into the PDF. This photo, now I know that there hasn't been much traction on, other than outside my group here. When someone shows something, it's just very strange how people respond. When I'm showing others a photo of Summer Moon Wells, one of them, her head is in a white block. The other one, her head is merging together with a house and and a picture frame. Where in this world, where in today's society does this just stop raising red flags? Especially since this little girl's gone. It's so curious to me how there's no response to certain things that are just really spell out quite loudly the people in this group. But yet, the photo like this is her poster that was changed so many times, is acceptable to the authorities as is. It's kind of really silly to me. Especially when we know in the other picture her head is not balanced on a white block. And nor should a poster merge into the background of a house that looks recognizable to where this possibly could have happened. This is why I'd like to start out with this, because the Summer Moon Wells, it's gonna bust open. We know that, but the Summer Moon Wells missing children's case, there's certain actions, there's just certain particular levels that are acceptable and not being looked into, right? And when there's so much information showing that Michael Vaughn is a Summer Moon Wells missing child, and that he has all these crazy shit elements happening to him, but nothing has been pulled together as a possibility that they're the same. The only people that are discussing that are those on YouTube, and they're discussing it because they don't know what else to discuss other than the obvious. That's what we're supposed to do. Michael Vaughn's head is in a contraction. Has anyone even asked his mother where this picture came from? Or do you know that this is what your son looks like in this photo? Did you ever take a photo with him with something wrapped around his neck? Do you know that your son's elements on him match the Summer Moon Wells missing children's case? It's identical to Summer Moon Wells. These are the things that I'm having a hard time understanding why and when did we all get here. That this is a photo that no one really gives a hoot about, but yet it's child's head in the contraction. It's almost like, oh, that's doable. Like, someone may have done a little deep fake, but let's go on and let's move to the next photo and whatever, This would never. If you went back through your baby photos and you saw a picture of yourself with a contraction like this on your head, you'd be like, what the fuck? What is this? Right? No. And let me tell you something. I'm not going to get into it on this PDF because I'm going to try to really stay laser focused because I'm bringing together all the elements are still being brought together. And I brought in Appalachian Fair, I brought in the farms, and I brought in, yeah, the farms. Yeah, the farmers. Yes, I did. And the Wells property and the hemp or hash property, whatever, the marijuana property, all of it together. That's what I've done. Um, but it's just become acceptable. So this photo of Michael has the same little cabin. It's just another, you know what? It's not like so, oh my gosh, he has another element like summer moon. All of his elements are summer moon. I'm just adding another one. Besides the point, it has number 5. We all know the 5 stuff. But this little cabin is the same thing that Tim Mullins made as as the cabin in Summer Moon's photo for his icon. For his icon. This would be something that any FBI agent would be quite curious about. But guess what? If they were not curious about me showing a photo of this little Michael Vaughn's head being burned in a pillow, and it looks just like him, and it matches the photos and it matches the elements, and no one's done anything, why would they do something over this? I don't get it. The bloodshed that has happened past June 15th didn't have to be all this bloodshed that's happening. They match to me. To me, it's a cabin. They go in these little teeny cabins. They go in their own little cabin. And now that just by seeing these two things makes sense. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm going to be going into some heavy duty information, and I'm going to be going into some heavy duty pointing fingers. And anyone you see in chat that can't handle it, just, I'd rather have you guys listen. Just block them for now. You know? Just block them. No, I really want you guys to pay attention what's going on here. Just block them because it's really crucial, I think, for me to explain this in the right way. And I want to be explaining in the right way so people are listening and understanding it. Just block. Don't give any warnings. Just block them. Here at WCIA Network, I follow the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the 1976 Copyright Law Act. Everything I do and say here, you guys, is to find the missing children. It's for the sake of the missing children. It's not to, even though I may bring up names and whatever, it's all to find the missing children. And the information that I bring up, if in fact it doesn't have anything to do with the person that attends, that it's coming through, then they have to really truthfully send it to the TBI. They have to send it to the TBI. Because if in fact this information isn't really truly something that they put in there, someone put it in there and these two children both have those little cabins that I have put down as my main element of transportation. Moving on. Those that are new to the philosophy of how I'm pulling these photos out of the videos, this video that I'm going to go over with you, if the authorities really want to listen, will show them where Summer Moon's little box is. And it's up to authorities to follow this as a really great lead. because through all the crazy photos and all the crazy pictures and what they try to do to their videos and put their deep fakes on and yada yada, there is truth to it. There's truth to it. So what I do, and this was great. So this video that I have 3 videos that I have brought together to show you the common elements. The videos that show the 3 frames on top of the main frame, the frame I'm usually always pushing for, if I can get it, would be the middle frame here of the 3. That frame, it tells most of the truth, and it's slivered into all of that one frame. So this shows you how the videos are all falling apart. So what I mean by that is when I say the videos are all falling apart, that means that when you play it at 0.25, you're playing it at 0.25, and then keeping your finger on the cursor, pushing it down and not letting it up, and moving it slow. And you're going to watch for these little windows that pop up. And then you watch for like 3 to 4 to 6 windows that pop up together. Because whatever is sliced right in between all those little slivers of frame is the frame that you want. That's the frame that holds the information. So I'm at that point where I really don't need to have it completely clear to know, that I see that information within all these frames. Really at this point of the game, it's 9 months. I look for only the elements that I have put to the side that I know for sure are elements of the case. And if they don't have them, then I don't keep it. The helicopter, or I wouldn't even call it the helicopter. I believe it's a drone in the back of Candus's house that's bringing some stick down. That is one of them, because I've had a lot of them, most fulfilled video of information. It's filled with video of information. It's going to show you how those little teeny windows show information like, I have another thing to show you, but see how things just appear? I see something I didn't see before. You guys, Summer Moon gave me a whole entire earful this morning. Like, this is the first time I actually was hugging her and holding her. I was crying so hard within my vision that I basically stopped breathing, really stopped breathing. It was very intense. It's the first time. The very first time. Now, let me show you, and I wrote it down. No matter how crazy it sounds, I'm going to read it. I'm going to show you what I mean, how I know that this is one of the most important videos that I pulled apart. In this video, these are pictures that come from her video. The middle frames show a little house. Like, this is just what this group does. They hide their information in deep fakes, and it's some sort of a freaking game that they're playing, right? To get to, well, Summer Moon, I know what she told me. It's a game that has layers to it, depending on what layer. This is a match. See this house here? This is a match. So when I see something that has all of those layers, and I know that it's on a home, and I already see that it's Candus's, and there's so much wrong to this, I know that little house to find is going to be a really, really Oh wow, it's got a very creepy face in it. Really, really big piece of the puzzle. But the day that they decide to listen, they're going to have this information. Paste. Here's the house that's in the side of the road, side of the house. Oh shit, why am I saying side of the road? Side of the road. There's a reason that slipped out. I don't ever have things slip out during my readings on accident. So this is on the side of a road. It's on the side of a road. Period. End of story. That's what's saying to me. Let me see something. It's on the side of a road. That came through really, really big. And I could tell you the spirits are very strong. They said that this house is on the side of a road. We could see it on the side of the road. Clearly see it on the side of a road. Look at how these match. See that? This, it even goes down. Wow, it even goes down into the dark space in here. Let me make this smaller. Crap. Okay. All right, so this here is on the house. It's within the frames that I told you are the most important, right? This here is from the poster that they say they used at the parade, but this poster has been used in a lot of things. The house that you see within this poster is the first time it matches because I could tell by the window. It's a match. So if the authorities ever wanted to see how the window matches, boom. So wait till I show you how I believe Summer Moon is actually right beneath this. This is what I'm going to show you. I didn't know that this was going to match. It's a match. Candus, can you just tell us what the fuck this is? Come on, it would make it so much easier. It would make it so much easier, and this is, you know, it's just, it would make it so much easier because, Candus, you're the one who've made this shit. Here's the house. You're showing it off. Here it is. It's an obvious match. Because I know where to get it. You guys are like, you know what, this group, you have to understand. You're done playing games. Like, you guys are still playing these silly games. And all I'm doing is I just see it clearer and clearer. Like, you're playing these silly games like no one's going to see this anymore. It's going to be 9 months. Darlene, thank you. You always, Darlene, thank you. It's going to be 9 months. Thank you. And these silly games are being allowed. I don't care how crazy the element looks. It doesn't matter. When this matches the image that is coming up underneath the deep fake, it matches completely. It's time. And I'm showing you what Don's photo actually looks like in the corner of him holding Summer. Because there's other Summers. That's probably the Summer that we all know of, and the Summer that we're all looking for is still Summer Moon, but they think that they did a fast one. Candus video, between Candus's video and Ernie Shell's video, They all have the white bars. Each one of them shows it very clearly. Very clearly. They actually have the same design, which I didn't see that before in any other white pieces. Between Ernie's and Candus's, it's a match. This is where I'm going to change subject and go all the way only to the boxes. For those of you that haven't been here, the little maroon box, and they actually look like trash cans, and these big, huge green dumpsters, and they move around and they get picked up and stuff happens to them. I have been following these boxes for 9 months. And you guys are still playing a game as if nobody is understanding what you're doing, that no one hasn't gone back to 8th grade and joined the party. We have joined the party over here at WCIA Network. You may be watching other channels that still are talking about, did Summer Moon lay on milk jugs? Did Jody Sue really hear the scream? Was Don really home? Who cares? None of that matters. It would be so easy if the authorities would just pay attention to the elements that are in everything. These little maroon boxes. Up in the right-hand corner, that's from Rosemary Bly. Down in the left-hand corner is from Summer Moon, and that is from someone's video. But hold on to your shorts. Do you know whose picture is in the left-hand side? Throwing out his garbage? Sorry to say, but the next photos are going to be coming from Benny. In his video that I watched, and I watched it, and I was watching it just praying that I wouldn't find anything or listen to him. And I listened for the first time through very different ears. And this is covered under the 107 Act of Section 107 Act of 1976. I am saying this for the sake of all of the missing children, all the missing victims that have become victimized from the Summer Wells Missing Children's theories. It seems as if it was being yelled in my ear that I know what these words mean, taking out the trash. So when people aren't paying attention and are really trying to sell their news story, it's super bad for those who really hear you. People are listening, but they don't hear you. And the only ones that hear you are those that are already joined your party. They're already there. Those are the only people you're speaking to. This is my witchy intuitive read right now. They're the only ones you're speaking to, and you have gone from an excuse, God is your excuse, to a farmer is your excuse. You can't have both. You can't have both. You cannot have a farmer as your excuse and then present it onto God. Because a farmer, believe it or not, against whatever they just brainwashed you with, is not God. So a farmer should not be doing God's work. And that's what you were trying to rationalize last night. Like you just woke up and like, this feels so much better because I can't take my hurt anymore. I can't take my hurt anymore from my whole life. So your exit is not a good one. I was praying, actually sitting on your side, like, actually said to my husband, like, I really, really, really hope this guy is like a good guy. Like, I just do. I went through this yesterday and now I get it. You remind me of people that I know. And they were able to resurrect themselves through God, not a farmer. That your excuse is very, very, very weak. And your excuse is pathetic. It's pathetic. Because I could play a video off of Tina Simmerly's YouTube page that was on there 12 years ago, only got 163 views. That video with that man's voice is who you are following. It's not the farmer. You're following a cult that has been, what should I say? A cult that has found its reason and its reason to keep doing what they're doing. The children of this world do not belong in the hands of a farmer to decide their destiny. It's in the hands of God. So do not cross the two over. You sound like a fool. And you know what? If anyone that is in the FBI has any form of intuition or a way to really hear you, you would be in handcuffs right now. End of story. You can't be in both worlds. Doesn't work. You and it was sad to me, I guess, that you jumped off the cliff. You have left the building. You have gone into way deep into something that no one's going to be able to like kick out of your system. It's just finding an excuse for the situation. I actually was afraid for him. Like if I was a good friend of his, I'd be like, hey dude, what the fuck is going on? I'm worried about you. Like this is like you need a friend right now. That's like I was like, and then it was so apparent when I was supposed to do with your video. Talking about it was you didn't mix it well enough. For those who know what you're saying, you just didn't mix it. You point to the box, which I tell you the truth, I just took a picture of the box, but you did that, oh, what's over there thing, so we didn't really notice what you were doing. So, people are like, did you see the box? I'm like, what box? You did it again. You put the boxes, the real boxes that you need to put out for trash, in your rear view mirror. I got it all. I mean, I don't fall for that box thing. Because what my angels are saying is, he told you to look at the box. You got to look at everything around the box. See, we're not 8th graders. And I don't have to explain what is on this screen, because anyone that is guilty knows damn well what that black thing is to the right-hand side. I got this, you guys. I got this. So if they're going to show it, I'm going to grab it. Because one day, someone in the authority world is going to wake up and say, wait a minute. Is that dumbass floating gold heart that she's been talking about as a critter in Betty Keys' videos? Well, when it shows up in a video that talks about you throwing out the trash, and you have a little critter hanging around the box, that little gold heart, if I was the TBR FBI, that would be the nail in the coffin, you see. Because why the fuck would this heart be hanging around the box that you told everyone to look at? Why? So I'm not looking at the box. You're probably like, oh, she looks at all the boxes. Not that kind of a box. This is the box that this is electrical box. This is doing something maybe for your purpose, but I don't want to even look at it. It's got too much electricity for me. Not my cup of tea. But here's the problem. This little gold heart, that anyone that has been following me knows that I have been following this gold heart since the little critter showed up in videos. This is a dancing little critter that shows up in Summer Moon Wells' last moments. And these are her last moments, you guys. These are them. Does she have a panda bear face on? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's the situation. It's the situation. So, you know, either someone is setting him up to take the fall, or it's a few things, or he was completely brainwashed since he's been left YouTube, or he had a nervous breakdown because he can't handle all the sick death that he's seen, and he really needed to find a higher self, so he found the farmer. I say all the above. I say all the above. This is Summer Moon, and she is with someone. She's not just by herself, but this is the heart. And according to the video that I heard last night, Benny's taking out the trash. This, when I first started looking at videos 9 months ago now, a few of them were very interesting as they just fell apart really easily. What you see in front of you is the basis of what happened to Summer Moon Wells. It is based off of that verse, 6:13. Now, those of you that are new, when the interview room did an interview, and then he got in a fight with Don. This is like way in the beginning, and then Don decided to write a letter, a letter, and Chris from the interview room put it on as part of his presentation. As I was going through his presentation, I saw like a flash of something. I was going through his presentation, now that I remember, on someone else's, the Mama something, someone else's YouTube page. Anyways, and I was able to stop it, and I could take a photo of it really small in the corner because it never popped up on the main frame. If I didn't hold it really, really still, I couldn't get it. And it was this photo of Summer Moon Wells at 6:13. I took a picture of it. I put it to the side. I'm like, what the heck is this? And that was like one of the first experiences that I had that these things were being hidden, and they were being hidden within different frames. The one to the left that is a movie closed, like, so that's sitting on my laptop, is a movie that I took off of Benny Keys's very first site. Doesn't have it anymore. And the only reason I was like, stop there, and maybe it was then brought over, I don't really know, because it was just very strange to me, because really I was looking for guys who worked the carnival and who was talking about Don Wells. Like I was looking for a particular personality. And then when months later, when I like saw where he was now, I'm like, is that the same guy that I was looking to see if he had the tattoo that matched the guy at the carnival? Like I was so confused. It was really weird because she was talking as if he was one of the workers in the beginning. Like, it was, I saved them. I don't really recall it, but anyways, when I would close the video, and when you guys do take videos and you send them to your computer, when you open them, they don't show the little front picture, right? The front picture is very, very, very important. I'm actually finding it on Google. Like the front picture gives the most information. So when I would download this and I saw it it was a video, and I closed it and it was sitting on my laptop, I'm like, oh wow, that's the craziest picture I've ever seen. I had to take a picture of it. As I would open the movie, it would go away. So obviously it's a crazy looking video. It's a picture. Like months back it looked crazy, not anymore. So I took a picture of it, and I always kept it in my back pocket. And my goal was to be able to match up what these meant, because they mean something. They wouldn't be there if they didn't. And this is what provoked me to understand the 613. And open my mind to the burning and the fire. So the very last one of this is a Summer Moon Wells, has the heart, a green heart, and she's all charred, right? So I kept that as one of my very, very main elements. But this here, so this was the excuse, was God. They wanted to meet in the resurrection. And he is it. It's his voice. Now all of a sudden, this same kind of a movie turned over to the farmers in charge. The farmer's in charge. The guy who takes out the trash. You can't have both. This case cannot be both. And no one is to really buy into anything that is cult-like, first of all. It's not even something that you should even be discussing. But pick a lane, bro. Pick a lane. It's for the best of it's for the best of yourself. And it's definitely the best for the Summerwell's missing children, to find the missing children. I didn't hear that. I heard that you watch someone's little child go through what you watched Summer Moon go through, and that was the icing on the cake for you. And now you have to understand the reason for it. And wherever you were, they explained that to you. That's what you went through. I'm too big of a clairvoyant to not know. You went through the door. You went through it. The pain was really too hard for you. You experienced it in front of you. They could only have you go deep into the pain. You talked about it. You have to go way deep into places that we never have been, which you needed to do to get to the other side. I'm telling you that it's obvious. You watched another sacrifice in order to pick the farmer. The farmer cannot replace God. And that's just what it is. But your God still isn't correct. Can't replace it. It was really, really loud to me. So loud to me that I was forced to just wait another day to today. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have heard it. Wouldn't have heard it. It was really intense. I thought it was very intense for those who heard you. Not listened, heard you. Because my true belief about the Summerwell's missing children is this is happening through the farm. I could bet my life on it. So when I know for who I am, I know what I do, that I know that the philosophy is for the best of our world, and the philosophy is it's best for our land, for our crops, for our country. I know that that's part of the reason that this is happening. And that's what needs to be stopped. Because you can't play God. You can't pretend that that is God's work. You just did a coin flip. You decided to make it the farmer's work. You should never have done that. Because now it just looks like an identity was given up. But all it did was flip you right back into my alley of people that I'm going to just be watching. More so, which I wasn't gonna. But now you just spoke the whole entire philosophy of the Summerwell's missing children cases. I played this guy's video before, so other people understood Tina's philosophy. Because it's the same thing as the farmer. So you just swallowed the hook. It was really obvious. You really, really, really are going to crack. Something's going to happen. You weren't in your body. If you were my good friend, I would just pull you out. They're taking Everyone's going to be taken down. You're going to go down now. You talked about the philosophy of why they're killing these children. You talked about the philosophy of why they're doing what they're doing. And you also confirmed that they're doing it, and they are using tree trunks. It's for the best of the farmer. You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong, bro. Bro. Got wrong. So that is probably the reason. I didn't go on, because I was my angels pointed me towards you, and your video fell apart so fast. I'm talking a lot about him because I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of like, all right, this shit's going down really quickly, right? That's what I came out with that. That little box is the box that I can now really pull together quite easily on the Tina's property in the back. Obviously, no one called the TBI or FBI. That doesn't even make any sense to me. And up in the left-hand corner is from Candus Wells' property. I am holding on to this photo. I don't know why, but if anyone knows where this is, they're using tree trunks. Absolutely, positively. And just, that's what I'm saying. Like Don Wells wouldn't even be that dumb to talk about the farmers, especially since he knows what he sold his daughter for. It's very uncomfortable. And but he's not arrested. Do you guys know what this is? I got this from a very credible person's Facebook. That I believe is tied to this. What these photos show me something. I haven't been able to identify it yet. There's something in the cement. I just don't know where that is. The boxes that I'm talking about show up behind Summer Moon Wells when she is standing in front of the rocks that show up inside this place. But when you look behind the rocks, all the same boxes line up. The picture you see above is the box that was behind Summer Moon. One of her last days. This one, they had her by the water. Most, if not all, the pictures are falling apart. They're falling apart. And the box, this one shows a bee, and it really matches up. It really matches up. This is also from her Facebook. I covered up the little child's face, but now I have to show it. I have to show it now, and I wasn't going to get the family involved, but this is from Tina, and that's the family. And I have to put this up for the sake of the missing children. You could see why. It not only has the boxes, but it's got someone attached to them. This is from the water, like some boat. They have some boat, And this shows that it's by the water, and it shows the tree. And those black boxes, that black box like that, are the ones that travel. And forget it. I mean, obviously you see the number 5. I mean, that's a given. That's a given. But I'm sticking to my group. I'm gonna stick, like, I'm at that point. Maybe no authorities are at that point, and they're still they're looking all over the country. It's all right here. It's all right here. I'm sticking to it because they're all backpedaling. They're all backpedaling. So when I say like a couple of these pictures, so my group it involves the Appalachian Fairground. There's more than one location, you guys, and it appears to be they're all working together. They're all working together to throw out the trash. That's going to be my new thing, to throw out the trash. That's what it is. This photo came from the Appalachian Fairground. This is from years ago. And I thought it was very incriminating. This was the beginning when I said they're collecting heads and they're doing something with their bodies, and then they're keeping the heads, and the heads are showing a picture of Appalachian Fairground. No one's listened. They probably haven't even asked Appalachian Fairground, like, what is this? Why do you have heads? Like, why do you have heads? It's a simple question, right? With awards or whatever those things are hanging on them. This to me is part of the process. And the bottom photo, he has the bees. He's doing the bees in the brick. But I showed this a while ago, and every time I go back to it, it's all there. It's all there. The bee in the bottom right, at the bottom right hand side, these are getting, see how they start to get pixelated. The bottom, oh, here, I'll pull it out. Here. This here is Summer's bee. A bee and the 5 that I've been watching all of this, and I can never understand what the bee was. I thought it was Bly. Either it's Bly or it's Benton. I don't know which one. But it's a mold. And they used the mold, the bee, with Summer Moon Wells. That's the only reason I have a very strong feeling towards a farm thing. Oh, heads. Yeah, could you imagine? Could you imagine your kids coming home from a field trip? Field trip and saying, we just saw those. Right? Wait, let me get the picture. Oh, wait, you guys, so much in here. There's just been a lot of information coming in and out so quickly that I really wasn't even sure how I was going to present. But this picture, see how it's changing? The number 5's in the middle. It's so it's so obvious to those that have really been watching and listening, right? Let me crop the 5. And this I put in my presentation months ago, and I said that this just shows that this has been going on, for years. And they have heads in the background. Nope. I guess that this is one of the new accepted things that are acceptable. Right? Guess that's acceptable. It's acceptable to have heads, there. And they're just marked, they're marked with all those little white boxes, all the little ones. Shh. Hold on one second. But blue can't, or I'm not allowed. Oh, yeah, the dogs. Here, baby. Okay. All the dogs. This photo here really showed the box as well, and again, it's got the three layers. Wait, where is it? There it is. So inside the 3 layers, this is against her house. When the layers come together, it becomes a photo like you see to the right-hand side. I'm going to copy and paste it so you can see it good. In this video, it shows that Summer's little box, that little 5 box, goes right under there. So this is a video that shows its location. I'm going to show you how I match this up with the flower bed. Behind the flower bed where she has that number 5 box. Now they're superimposing or doing something up here, but to me it's just another indication that that's where they put stuff. In the ground, in the flowers, because they're farmers, right? Wait. Oh, I must have more photos than that I put in, because I all of a sudden jump to this thing. Oh, I'll go back to it in a few pages. I don't know why I did that, but this is not. I'm not done talking about this, at all. This picture that I must have thrown in here I must have had a reason, was to show you. Oh yeah, the white. How the white on this guy's head is the same as what Summer has. That their elements are really all the same. So again, this to me was an incredible piece of information that was given and nothing was done. Yeah, guys, thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Yes, and get notified. I thank you so much. Yes. That no one's moving on. And as crazy as this looked, either way, you don't have a picture of a missing child that is wrapped in white metal, right? Sticking with my same group, this comes from Ernie Shell. Ernie's videos from 3 months ago, I suggest you guys go look at them. They fall apart. They show this stuff really quickly and super easy. Like I could have done a massive presentation on his pictures that matches Summer Manuel's missing children. It's all the same photos. And his photos are give way more information. So this comes from Ernie, and it's just falling apart. Those of you that don't understand what this is, I could only explain it through my understanding of it, right? And I believe that it's 2 people, and it's like an adult with a child. And it's those 3, what really gives it away to me are those 3 metal things, the 3 pricks, the 3 prongs. See, That's a child sitting on top of a man's head. And what's in front of this child is the white thing with the heart. This is from Ernie's video. Okay? And it seems as if no matter how much I show this stuff, this to me would be an arrest. This would be an arrest. Right? It's a child. And months back, it would have been okay to say, you know what, that makes no sense. I need to understand how you got that, blah, 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 blah. Not anymore. Not anymore, because we have seen enough of this white thing with the heart throughout these videos and all of the Kent videos and all of the whatever young couples those are, the whatever they are. All those young couples have these same photos. No one has done anything. They just keep going on, laughing and traveling and doing their thing, but yet all their kids are covered in these white things with red hearts. This has become acceptable. Let me tell you something. If Tim Mullins winds up working with Michael Montgomery's mom, to me, that would make her completely guilty. Because Tim Mullins' job is to throw out the garbage too. That would mean that someone, like she's getting too much heat in the kitchen from someone and she needs help. He's like the janitor who comes to help clean your sink. Just you guys just pay attention to that. If she allows him to come in, she's one of the moms that knows exactly what happened. And she can't handle the heat. But this is right now, this is Ernie. It's pretty bad. And the guy that's standing next to him has that same flat white thing with the heart as Summer Moon Wells does in her last picture. Now, let me explain something to you that I didn't notice before. In the poster of Summer, the most interesting thing about that poster, is that little silver person sitting there with the white thing on them. You could see the face and everything. That's actually in the picture, and I never noticed it before until I made it really light. Let me change the coloring a little. Here I darkened it a bit. Look at the silver. So when I saw that silver charcoaled person, that's when I'm like, I wonder if that is Summer. You know? Because then this would make sense to the last process. See? The charcoal. I know, I just noticed it yesterday. So anyone could see it. It's not deep faked in there or anything. It's there. All you got to do is brighten the photo. Here, wait. And to me, then this would make sense. All I need to see is the heart in the eye, which I don't know we'll see it or not. I just need to see a heart, the heart in the eye, and then there's a heart on the arm there. Like it would have to match. Oh, I see. Oh, actually, the one on the bottom is coming through. This. To me, this is that. Huh. Let's see what color that, see, like when I cover up, see now you maybe could see it better because when I cover up summer, then you could see it. That. To me, that's summer. Because it's with her poster, you see. To me, this would be this. So I would just, for me, I would look for the elements. I would have to see something appear, like within the photo, which it looks like it is. It's changing. And that would make sense to me that this is the last phase. And that the guy who is standing there is holding that same thing. Is holding the same thing, and he's going to die. He's going to die. The other thing that was a complete match in Candus Wells' video of the helicopter, completely 100% matched up to this scene in Ernie's video. It's the same image, just placed in a deep fake differently. That's all. The one in the green comes from Candus Wells' video. The one in the silver comes from Ernie Shell's video, videotaping someone going to capture a predator. Now, they may look a little different because they do change colors, but everything about it is the same. And I do believe they're putting these little wood things or whatever they are, they're putting something back into the ground. I guess it doesn't really matter what they're doing, but it does match, and they're all working this whole process together. Grabbing the photo real fast. Copy. So this here is basically like the same as what's going on here. This is a big one. Let me get it smaller. Let me get one of that guy. Copy. I believe they're in a tree trunk. I believe that this is a tree trunk. And do you see how the one all the way to the left, this one, might be separated, but it all melts together because this is a frame within a frame. So whatever's showing up as that green face thing is there, but it just wasn't captured. I couldn't get it. So I'm like, well, this looks just like what's behind Grandis's flowers? Oops, oh, I wanted to show one more. This is the side head, again, of Summer Moon on her poster. I don't know exactly who this is because they really deep faked people in there. But it matches with this photo too, which is also on my radar. This shows you the white elements, the white strips. So because I also saw the white strips in Candus's video, and then I saw the white strips in Ernie's Predator video, basically. Wait, I'm getting it. I'm like, you know what? Let me put these together and like kind of show and make sense of this to everybody. Copy. So here, paste. This is Candus's picture. Now, anyone that has been following this, we all know that that's the white strip that they use, and it's in whatever situation that they're working with. The white strip, exactly the same, shows up in her fire, her little portfolio photo with the fire. It shows up in her backyard for the helicopter, and then these white things always show up in Tina's backyard of the marijuana place. I'm gonna turn this sideways. Wait, let me turn this sideways, or turn it to the left. Oh yeah, you can see it better this way. Okay. There. So this is coming out. This is from Candus, and this is coming out from up in the corner of her house. She says it's up there, but I believe this is down by the property. Whoops. Again, I'm going back to the tree trunks. The photos I just showed you really emphasize these bodies being wrapped. And they, even though I do know they become white, I am trying to understand that they call these things snow. I don't know how they turn them white, but they do. I don't know if they're turning them white because they're turning them into the fossils. But they definitely do turn this white crystally color. And it could be part of the process. But here you see it very clearly. How these match up. And they come from 3 different circumstances. Now the bottom one with the wood that you really could see the heads, that comes from Tina's marijuana place. Like that's the most obvious, right? And that shows that they're basically on wood pieces. Yeah, the gutters. Oh yeah, she well, if we want to listen to Being the Farmer conversation, he may be a little off his whacker, but I'll tell you something. If you guys really listen and hear it, it tells the story. This is the story. But I guess the question is, where are these going? And what do they do before? And who's doing it? But I could show as many heads and skeletons coming out of a tree trunk that I want. Because it doesn't matter. No one's doing anything about it. But this is the same situation as what's on Summer. That's supposed to be her, Summer. It's all the same. It's all the same. Oh yeah, thumbs up, guys. We only have 100. Oh, we have only 78. Let's do it. Please, I would appreciate it. Thank you. So I went back to this photo because it looked to me as if they were tree trunks or they were roots, and my mind is staying with feeding like they're the farmer and the blah blah blah. So it's like it was actually like the people who I think may be a part of this, if possible, I'd hope not, but are the ones actually guiding us. They're the ones who are guiding us with all this incredible information. One day the authorities will be like, okay, it's time. Because this picture, to me, it looked like it was taken behind the Wells's house. Now, the house doesn't have to look exactly the same, but when you look at this, those are like tree trunks. And let me show you something that I have. He took it down since then. Wait, let me see if I could find it. It's the oh, here it is. It's the logo. I don't know if you all caught this, but it's so funny. The people who I think really have something to do with this are the ones who gave me the most information. So way back when Benny was doing something with Don on a video, he had a logo that swirled in, and his logo went through a process, and this was his logo. It was two people together, and there was like a baby with them too. But this is his logo, and it really matches when I find these tree trunks, right? Copy. So this was on the page that they did together, and I can't help but put these two together. So this was the logo that they used for the summer, for missing summer wells interviews. I think you call it Don's interviews. I'm almost positive. Wait, let me look at this. It definitely goes through a series of information, and it's very, very representative of what's going on here, especially now that we got the farmer involved, right? So to me, they're dropped back into the earth and they sprout. And it's just crystal clear to them. But now this really makes sense to me. That now makes sense to me. Right? Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Take a look at her finger. Her finger is it's a piece of wood. It's coming out of its own, it's like coming out of its own trunk. And next to it is the 5. Here, I'm going to blow this up a little. This child's finger is coming out of a tree trunk. Or maybe that's a bone. I don't know. but it's the same stuff that we're looking at. And see all those wood pieces, all of the tree trunk pieces. They use that. They use those tree trunks. I mean, that's what was laying next to that box that Benny wanted us to look at, which I was like, I'm not falling for that. I'll show you. It wasn't the box that is of interest. It's what's next to the box, like I said. It's what's next to the box. See? Tree trunk. Tree pieces. Not the box. I'm sure the box has something to do with it, but it's not the box. We're I know I'm not that dumb. Look at the box. Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm going to look at your critter flying around instead. This is what's next to the box. And this is part of what they do. It's like those little pieces, they use them. I mean, we don't know what's in these little pieces of tree trunk, but it doesn't look like it's doesn't have something. It looks like it does. Whatever's laying next to that thing, you were throwing away the trash. Throwing away the trash. And this is what's on top of it all the way in the back and in the middle of it. So what you can see are the mud is supposedly covering up those little boxes. Let me go back. It's all the same group, see? This is what you're looking at. Edit. You're looking at mud. You're looking at mud, tree trunks, and these hidden boxes is what you're looking at. They're in there. They're right there. They're in there. So I really cannot wait for the day that they put a team together to find the frickin' boxes, because that's something that could be found. These are tangible. You could touch them, feel them, pick them up. This all comes from, this one is from a very good friend of Tina's. If not Tina's, I really don't know. Okay, it is a head comment. It's not superimposed. Those are whatever's left of the head. Now I wanted to show you the match to this. So about a few weeks back, I showed how if they would have moved in and looked behind all the plants that they just didn't move, and they Grandis loaded that stuff with rocks. You basically can't move it, and just played it off. Well, all the way in the back there by the Mountain Dew, which to me is a symbol of something, there's that little box right there, the 5. Now, we don't know really the size of these things. They could be real big, they could be real small. We don't know because they, size it themselves. But when you look at Grandis's photo that's in the little sliver of truth, you have the same information. May look different, but they're perceived as the same information. I don't know why they haven't gone digging, but this doesn't match here. Like what's up in the left-hand corner, to me is the flower pot, and it's right in that hole there, and it's with like little pieces of grass. And when I did a channeling and a reading, they told me it was moved. They said it's been moved. That was the first time I said Tim Mullen's voice. Actually, it was the first time I ever said his name out loud. I'm like, yeah, you can't find it out because fucking Tim Mullen moved it. I'm like, what did I just say? Like, that's interesting. So basically, to me, brings you right back to their property as well. These were original photos, and you could see what I didn't like is that that little toy was gone the next time. It was gone. But there are a lot of little symbols and crap going on here, and all the way in the right hand corner is where you get that little 5 box. Let me sometimes it's better if let me crop and paste it for you. You can see it better. But it's all the way up in the right hand corner. Copy. So this is in that corner. It's the box, right? You can see it's super clear, like it's really there. And that's why I'm like, you guys got to go dig. This is right next to Grandis's trailer. I doubt they did. And then when I went and we asked Summer Moon Wells some questions, she said that it was moved. And this is what's even further down under there. You could see that little cap. Now I don't know what that is, but this to me definitely would have been a place to dig. I mean, I don't, I mean, they didn't. We would put it this way: we would know if they went on their property and dug. See how this is the kind of like the same thing? Oh, it really is. Oh, you totally. Look at that. Because that black thing, it could go like that and it could be the same. So this is what I said was a match. I thought that they would be able to find something here. Now, I don't know if they still can. Don't know. But this all stays on the Wells' property. And it would really kind of go back to day one. Them telling they planted flowers, but to them planting flowers is there's a reason for it. It's some part of their process. It's some part of their process. It's not like they're just going planting flowers. And I did show you how what used to be here was like a attached garage. Like you guys within days of this happening. And then the flower bed was put there. See, I'm just showing this. And then up top is the flat bed. This is all her house. So I just wanted to show this, how that the flat bed thing that's above doesn't necessarily have to be above, but that is an element. And the little corner photo is shows a very clear face, and the more that it blends in, again, the more it blends into the picture, the more truth is in the photo. I know it's like when they become one. Let me show you. So this to me would be a very big piece of truth, basically. Here, let me brighten it up. And the only thing I could base it on really is the way it shows itself. That. Oh, wow. No wonder this is a sliver of truth. Let me brighten it up even more. Look at that. See? It's a dog. Oh, there you go. It's in the box. It's in the frickin' box. Oh my God. No wonder it just sits there, and I said it's the most information, it's the truth. This is one creepy picture. What is showing up? There's a girl with the black hair. Edit, copy. What's showing up? It's just, I just want to turn it. Look at that. See it? It was turned upside down. All I did was flip it. See how this craziness shows up? But let me tell you something. See how she's going to be against the white metal. I bet that's a horse. Wow. One second. Brightening up a little bit. Interesting. That's the girl in the black hair. That's for sure. Oh. Crazy. All right, so this flatbed thing is what I truly believe they use this. No matter how it presents itself, all the elements that they're presenting, as crazy as it looks, they all come together. And again, to the right are the photos from Ernie's video. Don't forget thumbs up, guys. Pretty much matches. Really matches. Again, it's just another viewpoint of Candus's video. Now, Candus hasn't even been brought in for any questioning. Now, what happens on the other side is this is what appears to be. I do not believe it's here at her house at all, but the elements itself are identical to what we're looking for. And to me, it shows the story of Summer Moon Wells. To me, it just tells a story, you guys. Really tells a story. I mean, the story has definitely been told, and I do believe that Candus is trying to get out these videos as fast as she can, because they're going to have people who, you know, who are going to continue it for them. It's a cookie cutter. It's a cookie cutter. The hearts that I'm showing now, I'm going from the boxes over to the hearts, because that is another extremely massive element. Um, the dark maroon hearts in silver and white and gold, doesn't matter. It's just specific to, I believe, the process, the stage that they're at. And above the house here, they definitely want us to see this particular information, the same as, it's actually the same situation. The guy is on some flatbed or a mattress or whatever that is, and it's showing the same thing to the right hand side, but the right hand side shows more of kind of like the same machinery, you want to call it. I'm going to crop this for you. Wait, I want you to see the full body that's on the stretcher thing. Looking to see which one I should use. This one. I think it's the next slide, actually. It is. That is like the bot. That's like the full image up in the middle. That's like a full image. And I'm comparing to the Summer Moon Wells one and the man that was in one of Ernie's pictures. So here is a real close-up of whatever that is wrapped. Now, these are real little ones. These are little ones. They're not big, they're little. I'm just showing you what shows up really well in those little corners. This is the this is the best information that I pulled from this. And it really tells a lot, and it really, really speaks to me as if this is on the Wells' property. They just wouldn't have found it. There's no way they would find that. Because this is all well covered up, and you're not going to smell anything, nothing. It looks like it's like a little baby. Those baby dolls. That we actually saw one on the Wells' property. I wanted to show this to you because to me this face was turning a bit green, and green to me is, I take a look at it because I know that things turn green, and what turns green usually is the head, like whatever they have the head covered in, and this all matched in color and in concept. And the one up in the left-hand corner is taken by the tunnel, the tunnel that I said is part of this, that scary tunnel location. So I really do believe that was, or it could still be there. I don't know, but I believe that that photo is in the mud. That is in the mud. Summer Moon Wells' picture really represents what I have watched, which I showed you guys within the Predators pick video. It really matches to the whole entire process. It matches. And obviously I don't know what the authorities are doing, but when there's something that's such a match so clearly, I don't get it. I don't get it. Wait, let me crop this so I could show you the faces that are showing up here. So a silver and a maroon. So that to me is one of the maroon boxes. and what this maroon box, it's all that the reason I'm going over all the same information like this is because I'm sticking with the same, let me get that box, the same people, the same group, the same elements. It's the same. And this is April 1st, March. Wait, let's see if I can find that little rock that's on the dedication. Let me see if it's here. Wait, I'm just looking for something. It's not in this one. There's like this little rock dedication that's that I showed. I don't think I'm gonna find it. Wait. Because it's the same size. I want to show you guys something if I can find it. They'll give you a great understanding of like, no, not this one. Nope. One second. I'm not going to find it, so forget it. It was one of the pictures that just had that little maroon little box with a rock on top. They're definitely of worship, these boxes. So these little pieces are coming back into play because as I show, let me see what's the next one. As I show this, and I want to keep explaining to you guys that this is the truth and this is what it is. The only way that I'm going to be able to validate it is to compare it to the photos that I show you has consistency. So this from Ernie Shells is a body hanging. There's basically two heads. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they're doing, but they pair them. I said in the beginning, there's two of them. Now, this is the same situation that I saw at the Appalachian Fair in the windows. And this is the same situation as, wait, that I just showed you guys, but I'm going to put it up here. Uno momento. I'm going to put these up here so you see basically the consistency. Copy. So two people, right? And they're going stages. That is the same thing as this. That is the same thing. I could find them in here. Is it in here? Oh, interesting. I have to bring this one back, you guys. This one is really changing up and it's showing a lot more information of guilt. This is one of the pictures. I'm going to add to this. That's what's happening to this one. What's happening? Wow. So this to me is really true. You got the hearts and you have all those regular things and the numbers and yada yada, but the consistency of what this end of life looks like is staying the same. And it's the silver. See how they have the silver hearts? Remember I brought this up to you guys a while ago and I said that it's not Ernie's face, it's deep faked. I mean, I really do believe they used him for a lot of things. But the way that the picture's looking to the left is pretty much showing that this could either be up in the ear or down under. Like this could easily be the down under location that goes up and down. Like you have to go down and you have to go up. And their bodies get laid down into it. It stays consistent with going down into that thing in the ground. Even though this is upside down, they don't stay in the thing in the ground, right? But what's the same are the hearts and the metal. And the bloody and the bloody red, white, and silver poles. Wow, I jumped from something really quickly. Okay, so this is what I was going to show in this. The hearts, which I always talk about, they have different phases. So they're slightly different in color in the way that it's encapsulated by what stage they're in. You know? So this one is a really big one. It's basically over the left eye. And then when I said that the young couples were doing the same thing, this I use an example of one of the young couples holding one of those babies or whatever that's wrapped in white with the heart on the face. I think it's the Kents. And in the middle, these are the boxes that I've told the authorities that are being moved. So like all of these boxes, that this photo that you see here was accidentally somehow connected to Harmony Montgomery's case. I was researching Harmony Montgomery's photos, and this crazy photo came up with, to me, was an illegal move of boxes. These are getting pixelated. And they were first outside, and I matched up certain information. Then inside, I'm like, you guys, these are the matching boxes. They have the heart, they have the 5, they have the faces, they have everything on it. I don't know. I don't think anything happened. But this is what is part of what they're doing here. They're moving them around. I went over this one last time. I showed how the maroon boxes basically are identical. They're identical. The maroon boxes that she's trying to show here in the right-hand side with the bee and the whole thing are pretty much identical to the ones that I found in the bushes of that marijuana place. They're identical. Like, to me, one of the places have been deep faked over, and then the other one is true. And I can't stop with this PDF until you guys see and understand the photo of Don in the corner really looks like that. I mean, if that was Summer when she was a little baby, then which Summer is that? Then which Summer is that? Right? What is that? This is the photo that they're using for the corners, for the corner of the videos. Let me see if I could grab one that doesn't have a mark in between. Let's see here. Well, not in this one. So now look what, see things when I speak the truth over these photos, they change. So look at Michael Vaughn's is changing to red, white, and blue. So will Summers. So will Summers. The truth is going to show here so nicely. But what am I doing here? Just showing it? Just to show it? Where like this here is, wait, let me, this picture here encapsulates the 5, the B, the ride, the maroon box, the trees. It's on top of Candus's house. Like, okay, now what? Like, they can do something about it? Right? Now I want to go through, wait, close. I want to look at page 1 real fast and just bounce through it to see what colors have magnified. So I'm going to recap it. This photo we have identified as 2 things. That this is part of Summer Wells' process, that silver part on the corner. And then I also identified with you guys from this, like the ones that are important from this, we identified the house. I'm just showing you the important ones and the ones that will be kind of new, you know, to you guys. So this is that. That's pretty new. And this house, we're going to line up against Candus's house. So this is turning different colors. And as it turns darker and does different things around Michael's face, you're going to see his face is going to show truth, and it will not be smiling. He will not be smiling. It's definitely coming through. What's in the corner? Let me grab that corner of the picture. That was put in there. That's not mine. I don't think it is. God, they really some of their cases, they really let go of a lot of information. So this is the corner of his. Look at that. Oh my God, I just got a horrible feeling in my body. That's Michael Vaughn. Or is that Summer? That's in the corner of his picture, you guys. I didn't do anything to this picture. This is in Michael Vaughn's photo. It's right in the corner, you guys. So, do you really think that his course his mom knows that this happened? Look at these photos. I don't know why no one would call about these photos. I mean, I know I've presented them many times, but look at this. Do y'all see that? I have to see what this does. Looks like it's like on half of a car seat. You know, because let me tell you something. That's how Summer Moon was laying. That's how she's laying on her car seat. Like if that was a full car seat. This is Michael Vaughn. But in my spiritual world, Michael Vaughn and Summer Moon are together. And most everything I show kind of supports that. It supports that. Look at that. This is in the corner of the picture. That's crazy. We're going to have to go back to this again. Well, let me see what's happening with this. Edit, copy. So this is the full picture, and what has happened up in the left-hand corner is happening by itself. Like I haven't added anything. It looks like someone is coming into the picture. Are they pouring cement? I gotta watch this. I don't know what it's doing, but it's telling a big story. See, so those of you, there's always a perfect example that comes out that have never seen this happen on my channel. This is part of, like, I have accepted the fact that the only thing that makes sense to me is this is part of how I channel. That this stuff shows, oh my God, oh my God, you guys, I'm sweating right now. This is the stuff that happens while I'm live. I don't know what the picture's going to turn into, and I think I have accepted that this is just part of what I do. This is just part of what I do. I know I'm drawn and being told to, get the photos that I'm supposed to grab, and I don't know how else to say it. Truth appears. But do you all see what's going on here? The face has gotten darker. That's for sure. Let me crop it. Um, I will be creating a group when I head out on Wednesday, and it's going to be a group that you have to pay for to look at that to get into while I'm at this very spiritual location. And I'm going to be with top people in the country. And I'm waiting. I asked them, I said that I would like to create some sort of a panel, while I'm there, because it's just one of those really crazy, incredible places to work on the Summerwell's missing children's cases, like to do it while I'm there. Let me see if she's answered. She's pretty famous, but she won't be doing it with us. It's just going to be, we'll be all together, but it's the place I'm going to go somewhere that's just very insanely connected and create a small group to do it. So this picture we know is, I knew it was of importance. I put it to the side, and now I could see why. I can't even make out what that is anymore. That's from Michael's picture. So this is going to consistently change. These are all the different layers that pulled up together on Candus's video. Okay, so there's a clear picture of Don. Let me grab it. Because this is really what their icon looks like in these videos on her page. So if you were to take a picture of it, right, and send it to your computer, this is what it will look like. It's not what it appears to be. It's not what it appears to be. Right? See, they really have created a complete illusion because they're delusional, you know, and it's working for them. So, you know, here, wait, let me grab this. This here, those, copy, little photos in the middle are the most important frames, way above and beyond the big one. So each of these frames tell a sliver of the truth. And no one wants us to get to it, or else they don't want us to get to it. I know that because it's hidden between two frames that tell you nothing. So they hide the important information between frames. So this here is that house. It's the house. Let me grab it. And always incredible information comes through those frames. It just does. It's just what it is. Crop. Let me brighten it. Copy. Okay. So this was of importance, this house, because it's the same one right below it. Boom. That's that. You could tell by the window, because the window is the closest to the frame. So Candus Wells absolutely positively knows what this is, what this represents, right? And this represents whatever she is hiding in between the frames. In the middle here, you see another part of the story. You see a face, you just see another part of the story. You see the number, and then at the left, you see the heart. So it's just slivers of truth that are between them. They're between them. It's done. There's the box with the heart. It's just the whole box with the white. It's all pretty much. Do you know that I can't believe that that is Rosemary Bly's case is 100% the same as Summer Moon Wells' missing children? You guys, it's the same. Just right there, they should know that it's the family that's involved. It's the same. They hide all the same stuff. They have the same elements hidden in their windows. Same stuff. Actually, this one in the corner right tells a lot of information about. Now, understand that this all came from, this photo here is specifically from Rosemary Bly's case only. And the information that is told here is so obvious that it's the same case. It's right there. The boxes, the 5, the heart on the white, everything. But the thing is, no one has announced any kind of connection. And of course there's a connection. Because if there wasn't a connection, this shit wouldn't be changing to match. It shouldn't be changing, right? Shouldn't be changing. I wonder when the day will come. Here, these boxes, this here, edit. Now this picture, the reflection is coming from, I got this from the reflection of the last bar she was at. This is what's in that bar's back window. The bar she was at last. I've talked to them about this. And there's your trash can. They took out the trash. You know what that is. You do know that's what it means. These are trash cans. You see these trash cans. They're green. They're mostly green and black. But they're big ass trash cans. Benny nailed it. He's the trash guy. Oh no, he's taking out the trash, but he's the farmer. Sorry. And let me tell you something. A lot of stuff goes on in the corn in the corn thing. It's the corn. So it's, oh my God, when he brought up the corn, I'm like, and he even used the corn as an example. I'm like, oh my God, you're like burying your own grave, dude. I mean, we all know it's in the corn maze. We all know it's through the corn. We all know that the kids play in the corn and they have shit connected to them. That's what I have pictures of. He confirms it so quickly. And then he puts these boxes in his window. The boxes in the window. The heart. My little critter. Like, that thing flies around. It's really funny. It's not funny, but it's just so funny that no one's paying attention that this is really out there and that people actually do see it. And it actually does match. Like, your craziness actually matches. Like, it actually all matches. All of this. Yeah. I'm going to find out where this is. This is very interesting to me. This to me is a dumping ground. They're putting it back in our water sewers. They're putting something in our um, back in our system, in the water. Like this is too, they're doing something with our water. You know what I mean? Let me take a closer look. Like I've had these pictures for a little bit and they've really bothered me. Like I'd like to really understand it. If anyone here hasn't joined, please do. So those are little heart things, right? See? More importantly, what's in the water? I see it. I see it. Yeah, I have to go back and see. We have to see where this is from. This is behind the boy. It's this is like do you guys know what this is? Is this like the sewer water? Do you guys know where this is? To me this looks like this could be where, now imagine, they think that you have to think about it in their brains. They think that they're creating something that's going to change the earth. Right? So, yeah. Let me straighten this thing out. Does anyone know where this is? All right, I'm just going to get close up on whatever they're doing. Maybe they put the boxes. Copy. I'm going to open up chat, and does anyone know where this is? Does anyone? They're definitely, because who I got this picture off of to me is part of what's going on. So understand this group is very big and they all have a part. They all play a part, right? And because everyone plays a part, this is definitely a canal, and they definitely do something with fishes, correct? Muffin Top, or who said that? Yeah, because Summer Moon Wells always says fishies, 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 and they're always fishing. They're trying to spread something. They're trying to do something that they think is right. Um, and this photo just speaks volumes to me. It just does. You know what? As we're sitting here, I'm gonna stop on that picture and let you guys look at that while I read to you. I'm gonna read you what I woke up to this morning. Now, obviously, this is just a vision. This is just one of my channelings that came through. I'm gonna read it to you because I wrote down what I could remember. I was looking over a body of water, a lake. It was shallow. Seemed to be an east view of the water as I was facing east, looking down upon it. I saw two heads floating as Summer was right next to the two heads. I was screaming, "Summer, Summer." I grabbed her out. We ran to a building where I told a lady to call 911 that I found Summer. I could hardly breathe, crying as I was trying to talk. Summer knew who I was. She said, "I want to go to Italy. Why aren't they bringing me to Italy?" I have been eating gravel. I asked her what she's been eating. I have been eating gravel because they have us on a point system. She was repeating, "They said I'd go to Italy." She was acting like it was programmed into her brain. She had a small object in her hand. I asked her if she had showered since she's been gone. She said no. Each time I placed her down, she walked away without emotions and would go right to a certain door. I kept trying to bring her back to the bathroom area. She wanted to go into the room with all the mirrors. It was big and had a one front area stage that had many different mirrors. I took her out of that room and tried to get her to stay in the other room. The whole press was there waiting. In the large window, a very big RV moved up toward our window. The RV was raising up so they could see us in the room. I saw it moving upward and looked into the window next to the mirror. I held Summer up and asked if they can please wait. We needed to get dressed. I had a colorful shirt on, and then there was a towel wrapped around my waist. So I know that that probably sounds like crazy stuff, but what resonates with me is these children are told that they're going to go somewhere to make them feel more comfortable, and they never go. These children are told that they're going somewhere, but they just don't go. They don't go, and they're very medicated. Very medicated, and a big RV, a massive RV, a big moving RV oversees this program. Because the rising of this big RV, I see it right now in my third eye. I see the RV. I see what it looks like. I see the how big it is, and that person is the one who looks over everything and says it's time to go. Now look at this picture. So this was a lot of information. The group with the boxes, the group that does the head thing, the group with the farms, the group that is doing this sick shit because they seriously are using one of two things for their purpose. They're using God or they're using the farmer. But they really cannot use either one of them because this work is neither one of their work. You see, they're using it as an excuse so they could live with themselves. They could live with themselves. And someone really got to someone that we know for 3 weeks, brainwashed. And this is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is it, you guys. And in order to, again, bust this open and stop it, the first step is to accept the fact that this is even happening. That this is even happening. Right? It's happening. Look what happens to these pictures. No, this stuff shouldn't happen to the photos at all. I mean, I'm sure none of your albums you open up online turn to this, like, oh, family, you better go watch it now before it turns into chopped up heads and little pieces of fingers. To me, that's a real location that they could have gotten or they could still go get. All they got to do is ask Candus. That's it. It's on her video. It's her video. I mean, she videotaped it, so she should know where this is. It's right there. It is right there. So the moral of the story, whenever I turn to look at this stuff, there's two people together as a pair. This is the story, and I'm sticking to it. Each time one of these dumbasses put shit up on the internet, and every time I go look at it, seriously, it's falls apart. So it's time for this stuff to fall apart. That's what I do know. And if they're doing these in pairs, I don't know if one's a human, one's not a human. I don't know if it's an animal and a human. I don't know if it's a baby and an adult. I just know it's in pairs. That's in a pair. And this is Ernie's video. So now it's up to the TBI. This is up to the TBI and the FBI to make a decision to bust this shit open. Because this is the situation. It's right there. They are not doing predator hunting. This is what they're doing. I would love the truth. I would love the truth and to understand what they are doing and why. I see the who, I see the where, I see the when. I don't get the why or the how. That actually has an S and an M, like summer moon. See that? It has an S and an M. It's labeled. Wait a minute. This is labeled SM. Right? Copy. Look at this, you guys. There's the S and the M. Let me turn it. There's the S and the M over the 5. What makes us think that that wouldn't be summer moon? Why wouldn't it be? Like, why wouldn't it be? Copy. Right here. This is what I'm going to leave you on. SM. Summer moon. Candus's video. Candus is the only one who would know if that is summer moon's little location. Nope. Not going to ask her. Not going to ask her. This is a pretty telling. This is pretty telling. Her last video, you guys. I mean, it's very telling. That's very telling. Why can't Candus explain this? I mean, it is her video. Take a picture of this. This is what I have to say over this picture. I'm going to take a picture of this because here comes that little head like that's in Michael Vaughn's all the way up on the top. Guys, take a picture of it, then send it to yourself. Take a photo of this and then send it back to your own computer. You see a lot more if you hold your phone over it. You'll see all of the hidden messages. So take your phone and look at this through your screen of your phone and take a picture. You won't believe how many messages that they send. So here's my question for the night. Candus, is this summer moon SM? This is my question, and this is how I'm ending tonight's. This is from Candus. It's going to tell a whole entire story of 3 people, not just Summer. This definitely deserves a thumbs up. Let's see, I do the spirit box really quickly. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I will be creating a group that it's going to be a membership for next week while where I'm supposed to be going. Okay. I'm going to ask Summer Moon if she sees this, and I want to know if we're on spot. Summer Moon, are you here? She said, you bet. That's what she says to me, you bet. Do you see the screen? It's obvious. Do you see the screen? Is that you? Who is that on the screen? It's people? They're people? Are you there too? No, she said it's people. It's people. She's not there. It's changing. It's people. Is it a lot of people? Is it a lot of people? Do you have a message for us? Do you have a message before we leave? She really doesn't want to talk. This happens. Yeah, you bet. So I'm going to just circle the summer moon on one of these. So you could see it. Let me open this up. For those, sometimes our eyes won't see it, you know, and it happens. Let me go down last photo. Okay. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll send it from what I just took to the computer. This will be better. So now you guys could see like what it looks like. Because I took a picture of it, and many times it changes. When you take a picture of it, it shows differently. Okay. All right. And crop it. Crop, and then I will circle the S and the M. That's a little thin. I'm going S, M, so you see it. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. All right. This is what it looks like. And that sometimes is just easier to see it when I circle it, because it's not everyone's eyes go to it. So that to me is an S and an M. And this is the question I have for Candus. All right, you guys. All right. See you all later. On your way out, let's give you some time. Everyone, thumbs up on your way out would be wonderful. Subscribe if you haven't. I go on Wednesday. So I'm going to see when I will be starting a little private group. So when I go on while I'm at this really cool spiritual place, it's going to be a private group that will work together with those that I'm with. It's It'll be really cool. All right. Thank you all. God bless you all. And have a wonderful Sunday with your family. I will see you again tomorrow. May justice come. May justice come tomorrow. And may the authorities start to see what we are seeing and close this shit down. Right? Good night, you all. Thank you. And thank you for being great in the chat and taking care of everything. Seriously. The day's going to come, you guys. It's coming. God bless you. Bye-bye.